Hello, my amazing class. Sorry I couldn't be here with you today, but hopefully this is the next best thing. Today we are going to be talking about an argumentative essay. This is the next assignment that we are working on. So today you are going to be using this sample argumentative essay that the substitute has given you. So first and foremost, you need to put your first and last name, my name, which is Dorman, and then our class, which is English, and then today's date, which is whatever today happens to be. Okay, so that's the first thing that you're going to do. So before we get started on this worksheet, let me introduce you to what an argumentative essay is. So first of all, we will talk about plagiarism, and you've heard about plagiarism before. So plagiarism is when you take someone else's words without giving them credit. Everything in this website, including the sample essay, was taken from a website called noredink.com. So I am giving credit to this website because they are the ones that created this essay. Okay? So, for an argument, you guys have argued with your parents or your friends. That's pretty much what an argumentative essay is that you are trying to convince others of a specific opinion. Okay? So this little example down here shows us that, hey, the government should let 16-year-olds vote. And then the whole essay would explain why. And then, yay! If you convince the reader that they should, then probably they're going to talk to the government and say, hey, we need to change the voting to allow 16-year-olds to vote. All right? So that's what an argumentative essay is trying to convince the other person that you are right. When we have an argumentative essay, we have to organize our thoughts and make them consecutive. We can't just spout off facts and expect people to believe us. So, like any other essay, our argumentative essay follows our 5-paragraph format. So, as I am talking about this, you guys should be filling out this argumentative paper, this guided notes for you, okay? All right, so the first thing your argumentative essay is going to have is an introduction. The introduction does two main things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to grab the reader's attention and lure you in or pull you in. Like, if you're fishing, then it's going to grab your attention. Okay, we call that part the hook, where it grabs your attention and interests you. Okay. So the next thing is your thesis tells you the topic and what you're going to be arguing. The thesis has to be debatable. You can't just say, I like dogs. Okay, that's your likes is not debatable. But if you say dogs are the best animal, that is a debatable topic. Okay. So let's talk about I'll first do this, okay? So as we go along, we are going to read an introduction, and then I'll tell you kind of a little bit about the different parts. So here's our first paragraph. Dogs rule in the endless cats versus dog debate, at least according to a 2017 study that reported almost twice as many dog owners as cat owners in the United States. I put this in parentheses right here because that is giving credit to the original author who stated that. All right, then our bridge. At first glance, this trend may appear harmless or even positive, given that dogs often bring their owners great happiness. So a bridge is just a part of the paragraph that connects one part to the next. All right? So in your introduction, you need to have your hook or something that grabs your reader's attention, then something that connects your thesis to that first sentence. All right, and here's our thesis. The thesis is like a roadmap or a guide to your whole essay. Okay, so this is the thesis. However, pet owners who care about society's greater good should purchase cats to help, number one, the environment, and number two, to contain diseases. So we know that in my paper, we are going to hear information about helping the environment, how cats help the environment, and how cats contain diseases, okay? So now on this document, you are going to write what is a hook. I've already told you what a hook is, right? It helps grab the reader's attention. So go ahead and pause the video and write that down. The next thing is a bridge. A bridge helps connect the hook and the thesis together, okay? So like a bridge, you try to get from one side of the street to the other. That bridge helps you cross it. And then what does that thesis do? Yes, that thesis tells you a roadmap or the guiding direction that your essay is going to take, okay? So you can see that my thesis tells the reader exactly what's going to happen, okay? So let's just talk a little bit about what a strong thesis looks like in your essay and what a weak thesis looks like in an essay. Okay, weak means it's not going to be debatable. So here's a weak thesis. Candy is bad for your health. Okay, this is not a very strong argumentative thesis because most people know that candy is not good for you. This would be a stronger thesis because it includes the argument in it. Because candy is bad for teeth, schools should no longer give candy as a reward, okay? Right here, it states what the issue is and then what the result is. So a strong argumentative thesis is going to explain what's wrong and how you're going to fix it. All right, so this one is strong because it says, if you care about our society, you're going to buy a cat instead of a dog. All right, so that's the introduction. We're now moving on to our body paragraphs. So each body paragraph states a claim or gives evidence to support our thesis. Okay? And in this argumentative essay, we're going to have 2 body paragraphs and 1 counterclaim. I'll explain what a counterclaim is in a minute. So our essay will have a total of 5 paragraphs. First, our introduction, and then our 2 body paragraphs. So let's look at what those 2 body paragraphs look like. Okay, so we're right here on your sheet. Body paragraph number 1. We're going to talk about what does a topic sentence do. So right here, our topic sentence explains what the whole paragraph is going to be about. So right here it says, first, owning a cat is better for the environment than a dog. So now I'm going to give evidence or support to explain why that is correct. This is where we're going to use our in-text citation. Okay, so let's go ahead and read that. Making and transporting meat-based pet food, which both animals eat, creates significant air pollution. All right, we found that the air gets bad. Because cats are smaller and eat less than most dogs, their damage to the environment is lower. Okay, that makes sense. And then reasoning is basically your own thoughts on the evidence. Therefore, pet owners concerned about the impact on their beloved animals on Earth's natural resources clearly, let me move this. Cats are a better choice. Okay? So right here, you tell me what is the topic sentence. We just talked about that. Pause the video if you need to. Evidence is what supports your topic sentence. And then the reason are your own words explaining the evidence. Okay, go ahead and write those answers down. So in our thesis, we see that first thing is going to help the environment, okay? Body paragraph 1 did exactly that. Talked about help in the environment. Back at our thesis is going to talk about containing diseases. So we know that our body paragraph 2 is going to talk about diseases. If it doesn't, then we have a problem. Well, look, there it is. It talks about diseases, okay? So let's look at this. Second, cats help contain diseases and keep the entire communities of people clean. Healthy and clean, probably. Okay, so here's our evidence. For example, in 2016, CNN reported on a major rat problem in Chicago and the city's unique approach of using cats as a method of pest control. The in-text citation right here shows where the information came from. Research has found that rats carry and spread diseases that can be life-threatening to humans. Luckily, however, cats hunt rats, and even the smell of felines repel rodents from the area. All right, there's our evidence. Now, we're going to, again, use our own thoughts or our own words to explain what that evidence means. By getting rid of harmful sickness, spreading pests, cats protect the public from diseases in ways dogs cannot. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video and fill in this information about the purpose of the topic sentence, the evidence, and the reason. Okay? Now, this is the fun part. This is when we get into the argument. All right? And this is kind of the meat of our whole essay. The counter argument actually shows support for the opposite side. So we're going to show support for why people like dogs. Okay? Dog owners frequently proclaim that many benefits of their pets provide. Let me read that again. Dog owners frequently proclaim the many benefits their pets provide. In fact, over 90% of U.S. dog owners report that their dog positively affects their mental or physical health, and studies confirm that owning a dog can lower stress. Okay, so there's the support for why dogs are better than cats, okay? Again, this is the opposite side of what the paper is supporting. Now, the rebuttal. We're explaining why that thought process is wrong. While there are certainly positives to dog ownership, canine pets mainly benefit from individual owners, not the society as a whole. Cats, on the other hand, provide environmental and health benefits on a larger scale. All right, so that's our rebuttal, or the reason why cats are better than dogs. All right, so right here, you're going to fill in what is the opposing argument. And we talked about how the opposing argument is that dogs are better than cats. The rebuttal is where we explain why that is not true, why cats are better than dogs. Again, if you need to take some time, go ahead and pause the video and write your answers down. Okay, our last and final paragraph is the conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is, I'm hoping it's the easiest of the paragraphs for you to write. Okay, the conclusion is pretty much where you restate your thesis and explain why your side is better than the opposite side. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this conclusion. So here we are going to restate our thesis, basically explaining why cats are better than dogs. So it states, although dogs provide numerous benefits to their individual owners, there is no question that cats positively impact public more than dogs do. Cats are more environmentally friendly, and they contribute positively to the health, while dogs or canines do not. So the so what statement. This is what packs the final punch of showing that you are correct. All right. So when facing the decision of whether to buy a dog or a cat, prospective pet owners would do their communities a favor by considering cats' positive effects on the well-being of society. Okay, we reiterate or we retell our point. Okay, so as I mentioned again, all of this information that I used in this PowerPoint and in our sample essay came from No Red Ink. And if you need to rewatch this or slow it down, please do that so you thoroughly understand the parts of our argumentative essay, okay? It's important that you understand that the argumentative essay has an introduction, which introduces the topic, including our thesis. And then we are going to have our 2 body paragraphs, which are going to support our thesis. Then we have our counterclaim. That counterclaim shows the opposite or the opposite side of our thesis. And then our conclusion helps give one final punch to our essay, okay? So this is just an overview of the argumentative essay that we are going to be writing, okay? We'll see you later. Bye.